year-old crippled giants, the giants of Africa, and being led by a mentally disabled Kolu, and a country supposedly of 200 million people whose destiny is in the hand of this man.
All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name.
All classes of failure. Also, in another 8 hours to 1, 2, 3. Well, in another 10 hours, they will be playing a video, a recorded video of Tinubu, where he is going to tell you, okay, that I know you are suffering. I know you are hungry. There is no other way.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Chai!
Let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
But that's not true. Right now, the poor are gasping for breath. Hunger has finished the supposed people that were standing on the mandate. Standing on the mandate is no longer anything you see commonly anywhere anymore. Majority of them have become crippled. Hunger is nobody's mate. At least if you don't understand what that means, probably you are in that privileged position who doesn't understand hunger. Tomorrow is also a day set aside by the Nigerians who want to show to Tinubu that he has to do something, and they call it Fearless in October. Sometimes in August 1 to 10, there was what was labeled End Bad Governance in Nigeria. At the end of it, Tinubu's government nonchalantly ignored these people after killing more than 100 of them. No consequences, no nothing. But Sowore is back in Nigeria to lead it this time around. And they have a different name for it. Fearless in October. We wish them well. According to this comrade, except if Tinubu reverses some of these policies that have made life impossible for a lot of you. We are talking about policies like subsidy was gone, electricity subsidy, education subsidy, and few of the subsidies that were there, that were like make life a little bit more manageable for you, that are now gone, that you are now on your own. So from tomorrow, they expect you that says you are tired, you are hungry, they expect you to be on the streets. From tomorrow, not just tomorrow, from tomorrow. I don't think I'm seeing the sign that you are going to be on the streets. Do you?
The demand. So all those our demand, we even they ask for diaspora voting. We say me they scrap Senate. You know, we say me they cost down the cost of governance. We say me they renationalize all the assets wey they don sell give themselves, all the assets wey they sell give themselves na im make us dey buy electricity expensive, buy fuel expensive, buy food expensive, no more factories, nothing. They don destroy everything by selling it to themselves. So part of our demand say make una renationalize those things, collect am back. So if they no go gree on the first, we come out on the second. If they no go gree on the second, we go dey come out, they go. Now dem go tire o, because we plenty pass them, we plenty pass police, we plenty pass army. And make I shock una, even army and police, they are facing one of the hardest punches of this regime, because their salary is nothing to write home about. Their barrack, it be like where dead body they dey everywhere. So even them they feel am, everybody they feel am. So if you know say they feel am, stop agonizing and complaining. Come out, come and join us on October 1st, 7 a.m. Nationwide, it will be 7 a.m. All the flyers are posted. Just check hashtag end bad governance in Nigeria, or you check hashtag fearless in October. If you don't check those hashtags, you go see the flyer and the demands of all the whole action we want to do. You go see everything we want. You go see venue, you go see time. So please just go online, search hashtag end bad governance in Nigeria or hashtag fearless in October, because we will be fearless and we are ready. We are ready, and I know say una self Nigerians know they carry last, and as it be so, all of us go march that day. We go show them say we know be mugu and we know the fear peacefully.
Okay, peacefully. All right. So the Nigerian policemen that he just referred to, as we speak, they have all washed their uniforms, starched their uniforms, and some of them will be given new boots. And tomorrow, you are likely going to see some of the uniformed men in some uniforms that you have never seen before. It is always like that. But the problem is that majority of Nigerians have become so exhausted. They do not have the strength, except they prove us wrong tomorrow. There is no cohesion. There is no collaboration. There is almost no bite in Nigerians anymore to fight these guys. Okay? And they know it. The last time that they felt like it was going to be really shocking, it only took place in northern Nigeria. Nigerians are more divided now. Others, many are saying, no, we don't want peaceful protest, we want revolution. And the ones that want revolution are not joining the ones that want protest. I don't understand. Everybody is complaining of the hardship. Everyone is affected by all of this, but the criminal politicians in Nigeria are very, very certain that una no get cohesion, una no get, especially now that Sowore is back and is the one leading this. There are those of you that believes that if Sowore is involved, you're not going to be part of it. And they do know. There are some of you who believes that Sowore is working for Tinubu, so therefore you are not going to join. And so many other people who have given different kind of excuses and all that. And the criminals knows. So everyone now is advising people to give Tinubu time. Same people that told you to give Buhari time for 8 solid years. 8 years. And Buhari right now is in London with the other genocidist. You know one thing about these two guys? They did Nigeria dirty. You see the one on the left, his name is Gowon. A 30-year-old man that took over Nigeria in 1966 and led Nigeria to a genocidal war in 1967. And before he started the war, this man, who was single at it, well, he wasn't married at the time, his girlfriend, who happened to be from Delta, to this place at Delta State. This man, as a young man, who could have prevented the massacre that took place at the time, eventually led Nigeria to that murderous history, bloody history. Yakubu Gowon, a very selfish man that went to a meeting in Aburi in Ghana. The meeting that could have given Nigeria a system called confederation. The one that would have allowed the eastern part of Nigeria to continue to govern themselves as they wanted to after the program against the Igbos at the time. So those who were supposed to be his own clansmen, as well as the Fulani military officers, who had a bit of stone to grind with the Igbos because they believed that the Igbos were dominating them. The Igbos that invested so much in education and became, you know, like majority in the secretariat studies, who filled most of the secretariat government buildings, private buildings, and all that, offering secretariat secretariat expertise at the time. That became the Igbos' undoing. That when the program against them started, it couldn't protect them. And the only place the Igbos were safe was eastern part of Nigeria, their land. So in order to continue to be safe in their land, Ojukwu, who happened to be the military officer of that region at the time, after Gowon took over the government, after Danjuma, Theophilus Danjuma, killed the supposed head of state, Agunyi Rossi, at the time, in Ibadan. Right, they were like, no, we won't subscribe to an independent, autonomous region for the Igbos in this same Nigeria. So they told him to tear apart that agreement that could have prevented the lives of millions of people and possibly could have saved us this degenerated contraption called Nigeria today. Yakubu Gowon was from the middle belt part of Nigeria and the youngest head of state ever at the time, at the age of maybe 30 or 31. But Yakubu Gowon had a girlfriend. He had to delay the war for an extra few months until he was able to get his own girlfriend, who happened to be from today's place, Delta State, that fell under, at the time, the eastern region of Nigeria. So, because of his own selfishness, right? Until he got his own girlfriend out of that place, he didn't give the order for the killings that followed, the program, the genocide that followed. Today, Yakubu Gowon is a very old man, very, very old man, right? Whose people have also fell under the bullets of the Fulani terrorists and other jihadists who have been doing everything they can to take over the middle belt part of Nigeria. His people have been kidnapped. His people have been chased out of their farms. His people have been killed repeatedly, and he's been unable to do anything. His people have been slaughtered repeatedly by the people of that Mani Queen on his right. On the, on your right on the screen. Mumumadu Bokuwari, Omo Baba Onikpepeye from Niger. That one on the right is not also a Nigerian. He's from Niger Republic. His papa is from Niger Republic. An old man who came to sell Pepeye in what is today's Katsina State. Now, this man, coming from the Fulani scribe, right, who participated in what they call the retaliatory war. It's like a retaliation against the Igbos at the time. Those who killed their Sadauno, they called that the Igbo coup. The coup that killed Sadauno, killed other political figures, blamed on the Igbos, even though it wasn't the Igbo coup. So he, keeping that revenge in his heart, hateful man, a bloody, hateful man, very young as well, they participated in a genocide against the Igbos. He was later rewarded as the head of state of Nigeria. And he also came back again 30 years after he was removed as the military head of state to come and become a civilian president of Nigeria. Mumumadu Bokuwari reignited that same Cold War against the Igbo when he boldly told all of us that the Igbos were just dot in a circle. dot in a circle that could be wiped off and nobody will see them as a civilian president, and he kept it to his word. Today, the two of them are old, worn out, expired, more or less like a relic of themselves. And in Nigeria, they did so well, right, in their mind to keep together for God knows whose benefits, to whose benefit. That contraption is now the poverty capital of the world, where we are under the siege of different kind of terror group who just want to kill us. The two of them are no longer in Nigeria today, because the Nigeria they bequeath to the people who are now running it is now a country that does not have any health care, does not have any security. They do not feel safe. In fact, at a point, they had to smuggle the guy on the right, Muhammadu Buhari, out of Katsina State, because the belief was that the terrorists were closing in to Daura. Now he is in the UK, receiving medical treatment, watching Nigeria burn from far when they handed it over to Kalu, the man that won't share his idea with us, so that some people won't steal that idea. I'm talking about the Tinubu.
I don't read social media. I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
And that contraption is falling apart. And they are watching from far as we speak. So Nigeria will be 64 tomorrow. And it is just like an overgrown baby at 64 that still will never be an adult, talk less of being a man. A contraption they are still keeping together just for their own little benefit. The one that some of you will be singing the national anthem tomorrow, Nigeria, you hail thee, as proud Nigerian or proud Nigerians, right? It is falling apart. And whatever it is that they told you about this contraption, we will continue to remind you of what a lie it is. And if you love that contraption, the ideal thing is to break it up and save lives. In Rivers State, where you have different characters who are done their political space today, I think it was 2 days ago, when Wike was there to celebrate himself, make himself feel good. And there were many other people there with him. His political anger on, followers, you call them, who were there to kiss the ring and bend the knees. Yesterday, it was the turn of the Fubaras. I'm talking about the Fubaras men. They are also mostly the political thugs, economic saboteurs, miscreants. They call them militants. I call them economic terrorists, because they have all you can attribute to terrorists. You just need them on your side. When you are running a state in Nigeria, if they are not on your side, they can terrorize the entire place for you, make it ungovernable. So to Fubara, he has some of this guy on his side, because he is the one that is holding the string to the pulse of that state. So a court, hang on, I think it was on Friday, a court ruled that the application to stop the local government elections in that state was pretty much illegal. Where the weakest men went to court to stop the conduct of the local government election in the place. Prior to that, where the Wike is believed to have hijacked, I don't know if that's the right word, because he always talk about his structure, and he said the reason why he's having problem with Fubara was because Fubara was destroying the political structure that brought him to power by not agreeing and by not fulfilling the agreement they had. And what was the agreement? Fubara would be governor, and indeed they rigged him and got him to be the governor, right? It was to be parting with 30% of the all revenue that accrued to the states, whether from Abuja, whether it is IGRO or any other means that they are making money as river states. 30% of that money will go to Werewike, and in return, he will have a very peaceful reign as governor. And Werewike will use the money to take care of all the people managing the structure. Yeah. But Fubara, after 3 months of becoming governor, stopped giving him that money. He said it was too much. In fact, it didn't even say it was too much. He completely stopped it with no explanation. And Werewike unleashed his structure on him. But they have not really been able to move a needle in the sack. However, the same structure cannot really be used by Fubara. They were still sort of populated by people loyal to Werewike. So they did all they could to see if they could get up from him. It seems impossible. So what did they do? They have decided to move to another political party and then build his own political structure through that. So starting with the local government elections. They don't conduct local government elections per se in Nigeria. They just write the names. Now, that's going to be the first baptismal of fire between Werewike and the godfather and the seamless Fubara, the godson. The battle of the wit between them, when Fubara can, for the first time, put his own guys in charge, every local government area in the states, and legitimize them. So Werewike's men went to court because by law, they said, you must conduct local government elections if you want to collect local government allocation. So Fubara would need his own men to be verified as elected officials so that he can continue to collect the local government allocation. Werewike, on the other side, went to court to stop the conduct of the elections so that they can stop the payment of local government allocation to the states. All this are just, political fight between supposed political friends and family that looted the state for 8 straight years until trailer, had been a locomotive train, passed through their midst and separated them. So the court ruled that nobody should stop a local government election that is scheduled to take place. So now the die is cast. Here is one of those foot soldiers that are now on the side of Fubara. As Abuja is his name, he has a message for Werewike. Because by the 5th of October, which is this coming Saturday, River State or RISIEC, is that what you call them? RISIEC, River State's Electoral Commission, like the ones that will conduct the local government elections. They would conduct a local government election. And the state that was supposed to be a PDP state will become APP or so states from Saturday. And the structure that Werewike has been bragging about will cease from that day. But can it actually cease? Listen to this.
Abuja, where they declare wanted, so they support sin. And I hear what in Dokamati talk. Say, Wike, if we do you wrong, sorry, we know the perfect. Now you give us sin and no going back. The last bus stop is sin. That's why Doka say, if we do you wrong, sorry. You don't go continue to control us. They press us like remote. We know they're perfect. Leave sin for us. Now me the very one. The Ogribo one of Niger Delta. I deal with sin 100%. No bribe they shake up. No bribe. Bribe don't try come, but you no go fit shake up. Make I tell you one story. You know why they use pidgin? So even though who no break pencil go hear me. Even though who no break biro go do wetin hear me. Make una see. He say sin, he go dey 1 year. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. The other one again will start another 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Unless Nasi say he no one go again. I happy say he say no game, Martin go go. He don't like Kami, no like Kami go go there. Sin now our blood. Now we can carry sin give us. Because he tell us say enough is what? Enough. How you gonna press me like remote? Ping pong, ping pong. Even girlfriend where you get, if you control her like that. Wife where you get, if you control her. Wicked. They are there. Make nobody do it in worry anybody. For me, Sim is the best governor. Not be to they cause trouble for River State. They work with some uniform people, they cause problem. They arrest innocent people, they frame them up. They declare me wanted, what did I do? I tell the CP, tell them, show the thing what I do. Shall say the former chairman make them come out here. They don't come out. Now their papa house. Now their mama house. Still remain #1 citizen. If she tell us say make we do it, we follow do it. See naga aiso anazo ngo fubara naga aiso anazo ngo. That's so it be. You go follow the man with the Abuja. He sabi something at all. You won't hustle, you go hustle for Abuja. Make all of us hustle with who? Same fubara.